Do you ever feel in business that you're being lied to? Like all the strategies and principles that people are telling you to do, that maybe they're not true. And have you ever noticed that some of the people telling you what to do in business are actually not even doing it themselves, but they're busy telling you how to do it and what to do, but does it really work? Today, we're going to talk about that and talk about a very common message that's delivered in business. And this is a little bit for people who are transitioning. If you are thinking, hey, I'm doing great in my corporate career, but I want to transition and I want to move into a different business or start my own business. And we focus today on the business owner. All right. If you're a business owner or you're looking to be a business owner, this is the show for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to break some myths and we're going to teach you some laws so that you can figure out, does a side hustle work? Can I start my own business or grow it as a side hustle? Or do I need to actually build a real business on its own? So that is the topic for today. If you're ready for this, we're going to go ahead and get going right now. Okay, and before I get started, I want you to know I'm going to tell you the secret. How do you know the secret between what is right for you? Is a side hustle the right thing for you while you're trying to build your business, or should you stop the side hustle and really focus on the thing you want to do? Okay, and what does that mean? That means maybe you should stop the job and go all in on what you call the side hustle. What I'd like to do, first of all, is get you to kind of shift your mindset around this. If you have a side hustle that you want to turn into a real business, let me know. Put it down below and type the word real, #real down below. I want to know who's the right person that I'm talking to. If that's you, this is the show. I'm going to go super quick. This is going to be one of our shorter shows, but I want you to watch this because I'm going to give you the 4 steps that you need to take in order to transition out of whatever your quote job might be so you can transition full-time into your side hustle. If that sounds great, you know what to do. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up and let me know, because we're here every week, Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, and we're going to show you all the strategies that you need to grow your business. And today we're talking about not just growing your business, but actually transitioning and going all in. And everything we're talking about today is the real truth. I'm going to show you the 7-figure secrets. This is exactly how we built a 7-figure business and what is the philosophy behind the side hustle. I will tell you this from my perspective because I built this business, and some of my other multi-million-dollar businesses that I've built 5 of them from scratch. And sometimes I started off with those businesses as a side hustle. So you can do it yourself as well. The question is, should you, right? It depends. And people are saying, well, should I keep doing this? Should I just quit my job? When should I quit my job? Are there some questions that you might have? So any questions that you have, put them down below. I will follow up and answer with you. And my team is here to give you this if you want a replay of this, because we're going to give you the 4 steps that you need to take to get out of the side hustle mentality and get into a real business. And first of all, I just want to take the words apart. Side and hustle, right? I am not in the hustle culture. I believe you do have to work hard, but hustling is not the way to get to millions of dollars. All right. So where are we in this whole process? If we look at it, here's the facts. There's 5.5 million new businesses that started last year, 5.5. And as you can see, it keeps going up and up and up. Obviously, there's a sick face in there where you see the really big growth in people that started their businesses. And that is the phase of where we had the pandemic, right? Real or not, it forced people to shift the way they thought about their future and their business. And a lot of people went online. A lot of brick and mortars added the features of being online. And if you don't have a digital aspect to your business, you are missing out. So even if you just have a regular brick and mortar business that, you're one of the small businesses of America. And if you want to know what a small business is a business that's under 10, usually under 7, and it has under 50 employees. So a lot of people think a small business is, I'm making under 100,000 and it's just me and I'm a solopreneur. That's a solopreneur. If you're making under 50, all you have right now is a hobby. Okay. I know that's harsh. Okay. But that's okay. We can all start with a hobby, but let's go ahead and turn it into a 7-figure business. I promise you'll be a lot happier than struggling and hustling and working a couple things. So there's lots of businesses being started. I'm not going to tell you about the other statistic, right? That most of them are gone in 5 years, because I don't want you to be one of those businesses, right? So let's look at the side hustle. What's the deal with that? Is it right or is it wrong? How many of you are doing a side hustle? Go ahead and promote it. Put your side hustle down. What is it that you do? Tell me, are you a coach? Are you starting a design business? Are you in the home space? Like maybe you're a plumber, or you do HVAC, or maybe you have your own car detailing business. There's all kinds of businesses, right? A cleaning business. Whatever your business is, let's get it from a hobby and a hustle into a real 7-figure business. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. But let's not discard the side hustle today, all right? Because there are some pluses to that, right? Here's some of the pluses that you have with a side hustle. You get to know before you go, right? Before you go all in on this thing, you get to figure out, is this really going to work? Okay. You also take less financial risk, right? It's kind of dipping your toe in the water. So you're not going to lose it all. And you get to do it in your spare time, right? I mean, that's the whole concept behind a side hustle, is it's not your full-time thing. Okay. So those are some pluses. You can kind of test and see, will this work for me? Or am I going to lose my shirt? Right. If you're risk averse, that might be a great way to start. Okay. Now, so those are some of the pluses. Those 3 things, guess what? If we look at those 3 things, those are actually also the minuses. These are the things that's not working with side hustling, right? If you're just dabbling, you never go all in. You can't really do it. And it's like, you always have this, well, if it doesn't work, I got a job, right? There's this concept of, well, you know what? I tried. Okay. But people don't go all in. Their back is never really against the wall. And I'm not slamming that, because I did that too. When I transitioned, and for this company, I thought, okay, I'm going to go all in when I make the same amount of money on my side hustle as I do in my job. And you know what happened when I did that? I think this happens for a lot of people. Let me know if it happens for you. Is, guess what? I stayed a few years too long, because I'd never made the equivalent. I was making incredible money in my job, but I was incredibly miserable. Anybody out there like that? Right? You know, the number one reason why people leave a job is because of their bosses. 65% of the people leave because they don't like their bosses. Now, it's time for you to be your own boss. And the question is, are you in a comfort zone where, like, oh, I make good money, why do I have to stay up and work this hard, right? It's hard because you're doing it as a side hustle. And so that makes it harder than it should be. So the other minus is, again, the exact same reason why it could be a plus is the exact reason why it could be a loss, because you can't make big financial returns if you're not fully invested and you're not going all in. You're not willing to take the financial risks that it could take for you to succeed. And you don't have the bandwidth to grow. I don't know many 40-hour jobs. Usually, if you're a high-paid person, you have to work more than 40 hours. I know I was working 60 hours, sometimes more than that. And for me to figure out when to do the side hustle, as well as take care of the family and all these other obligations and my health, it just always got put on the back burner. So I want to today convince you that the side hustle is not necessarily the thing that you want to do. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to really consider starting a real business and really growing your business this way. Okay. So let's take a look at this. How do you do this? There's what we call the core four things that you really need to do to have a real business. All right. And there is a blueprint, there is a simple, proven formula that will work for any business at all. And it doesn't matter if you're starting from scratch, if you've never even been in this business, uh, but you follow these same strategies. I did it for all of the companies that I built. The same principles are tried and true, and they work. We've done it for 32 different industries, clients in all kinds of things. Now, if you want something like that for yourself, if you're like, what's my formula, right? I have a different kind of business and mine's different, then let's get that blueprint for you. I'm going to outline it for you. I'm going to show you why it will work and why it will not work. Okay. So, let's take a look at what is this core formula? How does it really work? Okay. Now remember, this is simple. I'm going to base it around something that I love and I know really well, which is physics. That's my degree in advanced theoretical physics. And I love theory, but you know what? You can back it up and you can prove it with numbers and the science behind things. So I'm going to talk to you about this. So in order to really grow your business, you do want to learn the laws of physics. And like, oh gosh, don't leave yet. Do not leave yet. It's not that bad. I won't spend an hour on this, but give me 30 seconds and I'm going to show you why if you follow these principles, you can build a 7-figure business very fast. Okay. So first of all, you got to know the laws. Well, what is physics? Okay, it's just a branch of science that deals with 4 things: the study of matter, energy, motion, and force. That's it. Super simple, right? I bet you're probably right now smarter than any 5th grader out there. So those are the 4 things that physics deals with. Now, what are the 4 physics laws and how do they apply to your business? All right. So once you know these laws, right, you learn them. Now you apply them. Okay. That is the next step. You need to actually apply them. Just because you know it doesn't mean it's going to work. Just because you know that in order to diet, you eat less and exercise more, but people are still fat. We have the most obese country anywhere. But they're not. Why? They're not applying the laws. So if your business isn't above 6 figures and you don't put away 6 figures every single year in cash in your bank, then you're not applying the laws of physics. So you have to apply it. When you apply it, here's the thing: you will reap the rewards every single time. It is clockwork, right? The laws will work. The laws always hold up because they go with the environment, the forces of nature. And if you apply these laws to your business, they will work regardless of the forces of nature, the economy, the political climate, whether it's El Nino or not. Okay, it works. All you have to do is know it, apply it, and it works. Okay, so why are you struggling? Would you like to know that? Let's go dive deep into that. Okay. And before I do, I want to let you know I would love to help you, right? If you are not a physics major, I can help you out here. It's not a problem. So just go to callconnie.com. Right? If you want to get out of the side hustle into a real business, let's hop on a very short call and let's give you that formula. I will actually show you the exact formula that you need to grow your business and to make more money. And I will hand you over a report, a 17-page report of exactly the steps that you need to take in order to have this business, right? A real business. Sound good? Okay, so let's dive into this and let's look at the 4 principles and how they match with the laws of physics and the laws of business. All right. Now, please take notes. And if you want the replay, type #replay or replay somewhere or send me an email if you got my email invitation. If you got my voicemail, reply to my voicemail. And if you're not on my voicemail list, then let me know and just type a #voicemail and we'll follow up and get you on my list so I can give you some of these things for free. Because the first thing that you have to do is really distinguish yourself from everybody else. But this is the law of matter, right? What is it that you matter about, right? What is the thing that you are focused on? And this is step one. This is all about clarity. Are you really clear? Are you providing a blue car or a red car? Right? Clarity is the number one blocker for people. And I do workshops every week, and I do them Tuesday mornings here in San Diego. And if you want to come to these workshops, we dive deep into marketing and branding and profits, and we have breakfast and networking. It's awesome. But you know what the people that are struggling say, and this happened this morning, it's like, oh, I just don't know. I don't know about, right? Nobody has that clarity, that absolute certainty that this is exactly what I do. If you had that absolute certainty, you would go all in. You would say goodbye to your awful boss, and you would put the money in, and you would invest, and you would do the things, and you would be able to cut your work hours in half or more, right? So if you don't have that clarity, if you don't know exactly what it is that you are offering, what it is that you do, what are the three big areas for clarity? You've got to know who you are, right? So you're going to see a theme here, by the way. All cars, because I used to run a racing company, and it's very much aligned to running business. So who are you? How do you know? Like if you go to a race, there's all these drivers, and how do you know who's different? So who's driving your vehicle, right? What's your story? What's your brand? And what is your belief, right? Just because you might be, let's say, an attorney and you do patent law, just how are you different than anybody else, right? What is the story around you? And how do people know if they talk to you? Oh, wow, you get me. That's exactly what I need. So that's what we're talking about here. What are those three features of your matter, right? How are you distinguished from everybody else that does exactly what you do? Because let's be honest, there's not a lot of new under the sun right now. Those are some of the unicorn companies, and those are awesome. But where are you right now? Where are you starting? And is it clear to the world what you do? Okay. So the second step that you need to know is you have to disrupt your market. This is all about the energy. Why? Because this is focused on you, okay? And when you look at, okay, how am I going to connect and disrupt the market so that you get what? So that you get clients, okay? You're going to need to know, who are these people, right? Sort of what flag are they waving? Who are your fans? And where are you going to find them? And why? Why do they need you? Why would they want you? Why would they follow you? And where are they going to find you? Right? And when they do find you, what is it that you're going to say that makes them go, oh, yes, I'm one of your great fans? Okay. So now that one is very, very important. If you don't know who's going to be buying from you, guess what? Nobody is going to be buying from you, right? So it ties in with clarity, but really look at it. This is the energy. This is where you're disrupting things, okay? And you know how if you create like friction, right? It's a dissipation of energy, and you are disrupting and you are creating more energy and buzz around you, and that is going to get you the clients. Does this make sense to you guys? Okay, so what's next? The third step is you have to dominate your market. This is motion, okay? What happens in this step? This is where you start seeing massive amounts of cash flow, okay? All this motion. However, in order to keep this happening, to get this dominant place in your market and to get the cash flowing in, you cannot do this alone. You cannot be a solopreneur, and you need a team, and you need a team that handles your sales, and then you need to develop systems. Okay. And this right now that I'm showing you is a system. It's like a flywheel. There's 4 parts to it, and it works in every single aspect of your business. So if you don't have your systems and your SOPs and your procedures, guess what? You're going to get all these warning signs, right? This is the engine. Think about the engine of your car, okay? And how do you know that you're going to dominate? Well, if you're a 2-cylinder vehicle or you're a 12-cylinder vehicle, right? One of them is going to dominate the race. But not only do you need the technical engineering to have your business and your systems and all work, you have to lubricate it, right? You have to get it going with, you've got to get that cash flow. You've got to keep that thing running, right? Have you ever been where you realize maybe you don't have enough fluids in your engine, you run out of gas? Anyone ever do that, right? Or maybe your oil light is low. We were in a race one time in Daytona, and we were in second place, just about to pass first place, and we were right in front of the stands, right at the start finish line. We're right there, and guess what? We started drifting back and drifting back and drifting back to last place. Why? We ran out of fluids, ran out of gas. And you can't dominate. And I don't care how amazing the engine is, right? It was a powerful, amazing, expensive engine and vehicle, but we didn't take care of it, right? And so we didn't have that system going. Think of it like a flywheel, okay? Does this make sense to you guys? Now, what is the final fourth step? The final fourth step, if you want a real business and get out of the side hustle mentality, is duplicate. All right. And this is where the forces of nature come in, right? You have to be able to finish the race. Okay. But you have to finish it again and again and again and again. That's what is that force multiplier? Okay. And when you can build your business, and you build your business, and then you can repeat. So there's 3 ways that you can duplicate your business. So once you have everything built out and it's working and everyone is in the right place, or as Jim Collins says, you have the right people on the right bus in the right seats, then you can do it again. Our philosophy is singularity, right? That is what we start with. And take one business, one mode of business, one client, one thing that you deliver, and one place you deliver it, and perfect that till you get to $1 million, and then duplicate and duplicate. Because if you get to 100,000 or 50,000 or 300,000, you haven't really tested it with the market, right? It's not proven yet. And then you try and do something else. Guess what? You're going to take focus off of that, and you're going to try something that was partially tested, and it's going to fail. And then it keeps failing. Then you're going to try something else and something else and something else. Anyone ever feel that? And then you're overwhelmed and you're all over the place. That's a system for failure, right? That's not following the laws of physics. So once you grow it and you have systems working, so you can step away from your business if you want to, and then you can duplicate it. What does that mean? You can duplicate it, meaning you can duplicate your internal team. You can grow internally so you can handle more clients, or you can grow it externally, which means you're going into another vertical. Okay. And then you can grow this business, this process, by doing something different. You might go into another field. You might do what we do and buy companies. You might decide, hey, I've always had this dream of someday I want to do this charity thing and support these people. Well, that could be another way. Now you have a system to take to the other type of business that you want to run. So you see, you have to perfect one thing. Okay, with one message, one brand, one place, one audience, one. That is the key to building a real business. If you try to do too many things, you will fail. A perfect example of this is social media. As people add digital marketing to their business, they're doing it all wrong. They're following the messages of mega companies and mega businesses, and you're starting smaller. And they say, be everywhere. Okay, great. Don't be everywhere all at once in the beginning, because you can't. You have to perfect your system before you take it anywhere else, right? You've got to, a comedian will go out and try out their script in some small little venues before they take it on the road and do it again and again and again. Okay. It's the same thing with your business. So not that I'm saying your business is a joke. Okay. But you want to have fun in your business. So those are the 4 things that you need to do. Let's take a look at the problems here. Okay. Let's take a look at the secrets of why this will not work for you. And here's the reason. I've just given you the 4 things, okay? And so I've given you my prescription, right? This is what it takes to have a 7-figure business. This is exactly what we've done again and again and again. So why change it, right? So why won't a prescription work? All right. Just because I gave you the what you need to do, you still have to take action on it. So it's just a piece of paper. Okay. But it doesn't get you anything if you don't apply it. Right. So what's the next thing that happens? Why else will this go wrong for you? Okay. Why are some businesses billion-dollar businesses, million-dollar businesses, but not yours? Why it won't work for you is a lot of people are just looking for that instant pill. Give me a pill, give me a pill, give me a pill. Okay. And people will take it and they'll say, wow, you gave me the 4 steps. That's awesome. And you think that's the pill. That's exactly what I needed. I've got the pill and that's it. Well, what happens is a lot of people have the pill, but they don't read the label and then go, oh, okay, well, how do you take the pill? How many times a day? With food, without food? For how many days? Do you take it forever? Right? And do you not mix it with other things? Like you don't mix a side hustle and a real business? Okay. People will say, give me the pill, give me the pill. But they actually don't read the instructions and they don't follow it, right? It's the same thing as the laws of physics. You might know the law. Are you applying it? Okay. So if you don't apply it, if you don't finish it out and take everything, it won't work. What's the third reason that people don't succeed? It's this. You see that? If you have a business, right? And you think, okay, just write me a script, give me a prescription, I'll take it. Give me the pills and I'll do that. Okay. Well, that can be severe malpractice. Why? Because oftentimes where you fill your prescription is not the best. You can't go to a podiatrist and expect them to help you with your back or your brain, right? What happens is people are going to somewhere where they can't see what's really going on. They are not being able to look at an x-ray, for example, and you can see that when you have someone who knows how to read an x-ray of that specific area, then they can see, oh, there's a hairline fracture right there. Okay. And then you can say, oh, that's what it is. But you can't see it from the outside. You have to know by somebody who knows the inside. Does that make sense? So that's the big problem is I don't care how many prescriptions you get, how many people say, do this, do this, do this. Are they skilled at reading the inside? Do they really know how to build something from the inside, or are they just prescribing a patch, okay, for the outside? So we definitely know how to fix those 3 things. So here you go. What you actually need to do is you need a big, powerful microscope. You need a microscopic look at your business and what are the little changes and the big changes that you need to do. What are the changes you need to do from the inside out, not just all these outside things. You don't just need to do more reels. You just don't need to put up another ad. You might not need SEO, right? All these outside things shouldn't be done until you know what's going on the inside. And if you need a microscopic look at your business and you want to say, hey, are there hairline fractures in my business? Just type hashtag profit or meet Connie. And what we'll do is we'll get together, and it's not theory, but I will do a deep dive introspective look on your business, ask you a couple questions, maybe about 7, and then give you the x-ray so you can see this is exactly what's going on. And then I will give you the script, right? Exactly what you need to do to fix your business and turn it into a real business instead of a side hustle. So if you want that, if you are tired of wondering, why is it not working? Okay. And you need to really, really, really look inside. I always like to bring up this guy, right? So everybody's talking about the pieces like, oh, you need a new wrist bone, or your wrist bone is broken. No, it's the ulna. No, it's the radius. No, it's the thigh bone. No, it's the foot. It's the ankle bone, right? People are giving you prescriptions for different pieces, but they never give you the whole thing. right? And so what's missing here, right? If you look at this skeleton, right? People are giving you just the bones, but not the whole thing. What's missing, right? People are running a business without this. They have no head, right? And you need that head on there, okay, to have the whole thing running. So if you don't have a head, okay, this is the strategy part. This is where we look in yours inside, right? And look in here. What's the head of the business? You're the head of your business, but most people are running around with their head cut off and they don't know how to run their business and how to turn it into seven figures. So if you're ready for a 7-figure business, then go ahead and let us know, right? Say yes, right? Find a green button somewhere. Just say yes, hashtag profit down below, and we'll show you exactly how to take your business out of a side hustle and into a 7-figure real business. I will see you guys next week. Just go to meetconnie.com and we'll hop on a quick call and give you a microscopic look at your business and exactly what you need to do to win the race. See you next week.